Hey, what's up, fellow junkies, and welcome back. Today is the Junkie Movie Reviews. Finally. Now, I've had a movie I watched for this a while ago, so last night I had to watch it again just to make sure I was still on the up and up with this movie. So, if you're following along with the Junkie Movie Reviews, you know that today is brought to you by the letter D. So, in the world of D's, I'm going with Dario Argento's Demons. And yes, I went with this one because I did a little poll on one of my last videos on if they should do this one or Deadly Dreams, and most people said this one. I mean, I only had a couple people, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. I mean, I don't want to act like, sorry guys. I was looking for the puzzle box, and you know, things come in handy sometimes. You never know when you're going to need it. Alright guys, so like I said, it was either this one or Deadly Dreams, so this one was mentioned the most out of all the comments that I was reading. So, here we go. Demons. You know, I didn't really prepare myself for this one, so what year did this come out? This says on the box 1985, so that's what we're going to go with. So, to get into the plot of this movie, basically, these people are going to a movie theater. They got tickets for free movie given to them by, like, Mr. Terminator theater guy, because he had, like, half a metal face, so I thought that was kind of cool. And he was giving out free tickets to watch this movie, so a bunch of people, they go see the movie, and kind of they're watching the movie, and they're, like, this certain couple is starting to realize, like, what's happening to them, what's happening in the movie. So, there's a mask in the lobby that has is like a demon face, and this character puts it on, and she's just, you know, hunky-dory, and when she takes it off, it cuts her. Same thing happens in the movie that they're watching, and basically by that happening, that person gets turned into a demon, and all these people are locked in a theater, and basically the rest of the movie is them trying to escape, live, survive, do whatever they gotta do. So without giving the whole movie away, which, you know, I kind of did, but, you know, it is what it is. That's the basic plot of this movie. I highly enjoyed this movie. It was very rock and roll. I love the music in this movie. So, to get into the things I liked about this movie, like I already said, I loved the music in it. One wonderful thing is the practical effects. Always loved them. I mean, being 1985, that was just, you know, all they had. But, I mean, I still appreciate it. Doesn't matter if that's all they have or not. I still appreciate it. I mean, the transformations that we get to see from people to demons was great. Like, one of my favorite ones was, like, you see this lady's teeth, like, popping out, and the demon's teeth coming down. So I thought that was really freaking awesome. I loved the setting. I loved them being locked up in a movie theater. I don't know why I've always liked that setting. It reminds me of Last Action Hero, where that kid's kind of running through the theater. I mean, it's not the whole movie, but, you know, for the little parts that he's in the theater, I really enjoy that part. I mean, like I said, like I think I already talked about the music. I mean, they had a song by Motley Crue that I didn't recognize, so I always like that. I mean, tons of gore. This was a high on the gore radar, and I was really digging that. I loved a lot of they had a lot of different characters in it. They had, like, a guy that was like a pimp, and with two of his ladies of the night, or whatever you want to call them. There was, like, just a couple that this girl couldn't watch, like, people getting hurt in this movie. She couldn't barely look at the screen of the movie they were watching. So, I mean, they had a very good plethora of characters in this movie. So that's something I really enjoyed about it. I mean, really don't have a lot of things. I have quite a few things good about to say about this movie. I think it was a knockout. As far as things I didn't like about this movie, you know, I really need to start thinking about this one, because this is really hard when I actually do like a movie. Like, I really do like this movie, so it's hard for me to put something out that I didn't really like about it. I mean, I didn't really care for the ending. Obviously, I'm not going to give it up. But, I mean, I just felt like, you know, it was one of those endings, like, you know, the credits start rolling, but they're still showing you something. And it was just kind of like, it just kind of happened. I felt like they didn't really care about this certain character, and I felt like the character deserved more than that. But, I mean, that's something I didn't really care for. I mean, it's really not a big deal. It's not going to make me get rid of this movie or anything like that. But, I mean, still, I really wish they could have gone about that differently. That's about one of the worst things I can say about this movie. I mean, I really felt like everything looked pretty good. It was filmed right. The cinematography was fun. The atmosphere, just being in that old theater. I guess it might have been a new theater. Something like that. Stuff like that. I mean, I really didn't have too much bad things to say about this movie. One of my favorite things is, like, the little punk kids. that were like, they're driving around, snorting Coke out of a Coca-Cola can, and then they get in a little fight, and they just get the kind of Coke goes everywhere, and the guy pulls over, he's like, you guys are picking all this up. And they're just like sitting there with razor blades trying to clean it all up. And I was like, that was probably one of my favorite parts, just to see the ridiculousness of what drug addicts are really like. And of course, they're cleaning off a girl's chest. You see her boobie, but then this guy cuts it, and it's like, this little punk girl reminded me of Trash from Return of the Living Dead. I mean, not like looks or anything, just like, the style. I was waiting for her to get naked and start dancing tonight, stuff like that. But it didn't happen. But I was never let down. So you guys, let me go ahead and rate this movie. This movie out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a solid 8. I was very happy with this movie. I loved the prop mask that, turned the first one into a demon by cutting her. And then she, obviously she turned the rest of them into demons. But, I mean, I liked the mask. I just freaking loved the story. I mean, it was very simple. Not a lot going on here, but it was very enjoyable. I mean, you kind of think about, like, if you were stuck in a theater, what would you do? Would you tear up the seats and try to block everything out? Of course. That makes perfect sense. So, like I said, 8. I loved the music. I loved the setting. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the demons, the transformation, the practical effects. You guys, this is a top quality movie that I highly respect. I cannot wait to get the sequel, Demons 2. It could be this month, but I'm not sure. Money's a little tight. Just finishing off some payments and whatnot. But you guys, that's going to do it for me on this episode of the Junkie Movie Reviews, brought to you by the letter D for Demons. Yeah, so next is E. I might put a poll up on what I want to do. Like, I don't know what I got for E's. I'm going to try and not do Evil Dead, because that's the easiest way to go, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, E's. Let's see here. Well, I guess I do have a few more E's, like Ed Gein, Edge of the Axe, Effects, Evil Laugh. That might be a good one. Exit 33, The Exorcist. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. So, maybe I'll put up a poll if I can't decide between a couple of them. And like I said, you guys, that's going to do it for me. If you guys like what you see, I got tons of other reviews. We got the gory details. We got the Junkie Movie Reviews. Whatever you guys want, I'm willing to do other stuff. I'm working on another collection video of something. I got a lot of knives. I mean, they're not really particularly from horror movies, but they're like, Rambo, Expendables. I mean, just random giant knives that I've gotten just because I'm always into big knives. So I'm thinking about doing a video like that. If that seems interesting, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely make sure I do that. So, Horror Junkies 519, I'm Kyle, signing out. Just until next time, when we do E for lots of stuff. You guys have a good one.